Hi, my dear students. Good morning to one and all. How are you? Okay. In yesterday's class, we already discussed about Mendel, the experiments conducted by Mendel, the characters selected by Mendel, traits selected by Mendel. Mendel selected how many characters? 7 characters, out of which how many are related to stem? 1 character. Flower, 2 characters. Fruit or pod, 2 characters. Seed, 2 characters. Total 7 characters, out of which 1 is vegetative character and 6 are floral characters, or reproductive characters. However, how many traits of pea plant selected by Mendel, or contrasting traits selected by Mendel? 14 contrasting traits in the form of 7 pairs. 14 contrasting traits selected by Mendel in the form of 7 pairs. However, in each pair of contrasting traits, one character is dominant and another character is recessive. Dominant character is the one which is expressed in F1 generation. Recessive character is the one which is suppressed, which remains suppressed, not expressed in F1 generation. Then here, why Mendel selected pea plant as experimental material? Here, what are the reasons for selection of pea plant as experimental material? Why Mendel selected pea plant as experimental material? Very important one. Why Gregor Johann Mendel selected pea plant as experimental material? This is also important question for 4 marks for theory exams. However, here the first and most important reason, basically this pea plant is said to be, it is annual plant with well defined contrasting traits. Very important. Basically, it is an example for annual plant. What are annuals? Annuals are the plants which can complete their life cycle within 1 year. Based on the lifespan, plants are mainly 3 types: annuals, biennials and perennials. Annuals can complete their life cycle within 1 year, biennials 2 years, perennials more than 2 years. Basically, this Pison's diagram is an example for annual plant with well-defined contrasting traits. Several observable contrasting characters are seen in case of Pison's diagram. Garden pea, edible pea. Then coming to the next important feature, it has short lifespan. Another very important feature, it has short lifespan and produces large number of progeny within short period. Another very important feature, it has short lifespan. As it is annual plant, it is having short lifespan, there is no doubt. Due to its short lifespan, it produces large number of progeny within short period. This is also another very important. Then another very important, it produces bisexual flowers. With both the essential organs. What are essential organs? Andrecium and Gynoecium. Pisum sativum, a Fabaceae family member. Generally in Fabaceae members, the flowers are bisexual. Based on the sexuality of flowers are two types, unisexual and bisexual. Unisexual flower is the one with either of the essential organs, with either Andrecium or Gynoecium. Unisexual flowers are again two types, male and female. Male flower is the one with Andrecium without Gynoecium. Female flower is the one with Gynoecium without Andrecium. But here, as the flowers possess both the essential organs, both Andrecium and Gynoecium, the flowers are said to be bisexual. Then one more very important feature. It could be grown easily. It could be grown easily. I mean simply the cultivation or culturing of pea plant is very simple, very easy. It is able to grow under any kind of circumstances, under any kind of environment. So it could be grown easily, as well as it is a self-pollinating plant. It is a self-pollinating plant. Basically, it is said to be one of the familiar example for self-pollinating plant or autogamous plant. Self-pollination is also called autogamy. Generally, the type of pollination in Fabaceae family members, is self-pollination or cross-pollination. Cross-pollination is most common in Fabaceae family members, but there are two Fabaceae family members which usually exhibit self-pollination. Self-pollinating members of Fabaceae. The first one is Lathyrus and the second one is Pisum. Lathyrus means Lathyrus sativus, wild pea. Pisum sativum, the garden pea or edible pea. These are the two familiar examples for self-pollinating plants. However, here the Pisum sativum, garden pea, is also a self-pollinating plant, autogamous plant. Then one more very important feature. It can be crossed conveniently. Very important. Though it usually undergoes self-pollination, crossing is also possible. Cross-pollination is also possible in case of Pisum sativum. Due to these reasons, what are the reasons for selection of pea plant as experimental material? It is annual plant with well-defined contrasting traits or simply well-defined characters. Annual plant with well-defined contrasting traits or characters. It has short lifespan and produces large number of progeny within short period. It produces bisexual flowers with both the essential organs, Andrecium and Gynoecium. It could be grown easily. Then it is self-pollinating plant or autogamous plant. I mean, it usually undergoes self-pollination, but it can be crossed conveniently. Due to these reasons, Mendel selected pea plant as experimental material. These are the peculiar features of the pea plant, garden pea plant, Pisum sativum. Then coming to the next important one, very important one, genetic terminology. Genetic terminology. What are the most important terms used in genetics? This is the most important one. Genetic terminology. Consider with reference to the first one. What is gene? What is gene? Gene means. Generally, gene is considered a unit of inheritance. Simply, gene is nothing but unit of inheritance. Gene controls a particular character. gene controls a particular character. Hence, it is generally said to be it controls the inheritance of a particular character. Hence, it is simply said to be the unit of inheritance. This gene discovered by Gregor Johann Mendel. Who discovered genes? Gregor Johann Mendel. Generally, these genes are also called. Gene is also said to be unit factor. Genes are called unit factor. According to Mendel, gene is called unit factor. Mendel considered genes as unit factors. However, here the term gene was given by Johansson, who coined the term gene. Who discovered genes? Genes discovered by Gregor Johann Mendel. The term given by Gregor Johann Mendel, unit factor. These genes are also called Mendel's factors. Genes are equivalent to Mendel's factors. Very important. What is gene? Gene is unit of inheritance. Gene controls a particular character. Genes discovered by Gregor Johann Mendel. But the term gene was given by Johansson. Here the most important, gene is considered as a segment of DNA. It is said to be a segment of DNA that contains information for inheritance of a character. That contains information for the inheritance of a character, or that contains information for expression of character. Inheritance of a character as well as expression of a character is also due to gene. Then consider the next important one, the most important one. What are alleles? Alleles are also called allelomorphs. Alleles are allelomorphs. What are alleles or what are allelomorphs? Generally, alleles or allelomorphs are nothing but two alternative forms of a gene. Very important. Generally, each gene is having two or even more alternative forms, slightly variable forms, such slightly variable forms of a gene. So, simply two alternative forms of a gene are two slightly variable forms of a gene are called alleles or allelomorphs. I mean, each gene is having two alternative forms. Such two alternative forms of a gene are called alleles or allelomorphs. Generally, these alleles or allelomorphs control the expression of traits. Generally, traits are nothing but, for example, say, consider length of the stem as a character. The length of the stem is controlled by a gene. Length of the stem is having two alternative forms, short and tall, dwarf and tall. Tall character is controlled by one allele. Dwarf character is controlled by one allele. So generally, for example, say here alleles are nothing but allelomorphs. Two alternative forms of a gene or two slightly variable forms of a gene that can control the expression of traits. Here the most important one, these alleles of a gene are present at same position or same gene locus. At at same gene locus or at same position on homologous chromosomes. Very important. For example, say, what is synapsis? What is synapsis? Synapsis means during meiosis, pairing of homologous chromosomes take place. Pairing of homologous chromosomes is called synapsis. It leads to the formation of bivalents. For example, say, this is one chromosome, this is another chromosome. These are two homologous chromosomes. Imagine, these two are homologous chromosomes which are having same structure. Consider this is paternal chromosome and this is maternal chromosome. This chromosome is having two genes. This chromosome, for example, say this P chromosome is having two genes. M chromosome is having two genes. M chromosome is having two genes and P chromosome is having two genes. These two chromosomes are referred as the homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. Generally, in case of homologous chromosomes, say, generally this is one gene. This is one gene. This region represents one gene. These two genes, this region of a chromosome is characterized by alleles or allelomorphs. Alleles or allelomorphs. These two are homologous chromosomes. Generally, this region represents gene. Gene means simply a segment of DNA, a segment of the chromosome that controls a character, that controls the inheritance of character and expression of a character. This gene is having, this part of the gene is having two alternative forms. Two alternative forms of a gene are called alleles. For example, say, with reference to if the character is length of stem. If the character is length of the stem. Generally, this length of the stem is having two contrasting traits. What are the contrasting traits of length of stem? Tall and dwarf. Tall and dwarf are the two contrasting traits of the length of the stem. Generally, here these two contrasting traits are controlled by alleles. For example, say this tallness is controlled by capital T allele. Dwarfness is controlled by small t allele. Generally, here the dominant allele is written in capital letter. Recessive allele is represented in the form of small t allele. Here the most important. Alleles or allelomorphs, two alternative forms of a gene, two slightly variable forms of a gene, control the expression of traits. Alleles of a gene are present at the same gene locus or position on the homologous chromosomes. For example, say these two are the homologous chromosomes. Here, which two genes are present at same place? These two alleles are present at the same place. These two alleles are present at the same place. So, generally, if these two are the homologous chromosomes, generally these two are considered as alleles. These two are considered as alleles because here both the genes are present at the tips, at the same position within the homologous chromosomes. So simply, alleles are nothing but these are two alternative forms of a gene. These are present within the chromosome at the same position within the homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes are nothing but similar chromosomes. Generally, in a diploid individual, two homologous chromosomes are present. One is related to father and another one is related to mother. One is related to male parent and another one is related to female parent. However, this homologous pair of chromosomes contain two different or two similar alleles. For example, say representation of alleles. Generally here capital T is allele, small t is allele. Generally this capital T, say these two are alleles. This is dominant allele. This is recessive allele. Dominant allele codes for which character? Tall character. Recessive allele codes for which character? Dwarf character. Recessive allele codes for dwarf character. I mean recessive character. Dominant. Then capital T allele codes for dominant character, that is tall character. With reference to the length of the stem, dominant one is tall, recessive one is dwarf. So here recessive allele is represented with small letter. Dominant allele is represented with capital letter. However, both the alleles are present in homologous chromosomes at the same position. Here these two chromosomes are called homologous chromosomes. Then this region represents alleles. These two are related to single gene. These two control the expression of single character. These two alleles control the expression of single character, that is the length of the stem. Length of the stem is having two diverse forms. One is tall and another one is dwarf. If one allele controls the expression of tall, that is said to be capital T allele. If one allele controls the expression of dwarf character, that allele is said to be small t allele. Here which one is dominant allele? Which controls dominant character, that is tall character. Then which one is recessive allele? That controls the recessive character, that is dwarf character. Then consider the next important term, contrasting traits. Contrasting traits. What are contrasting traits? Contrasting traits are nothing but two alternative forms of a character. Two alternative forms of a character. Each character is having two alternative forms. For example, say with reference to the length of the stem, two alternative forms are tall and dwarf. With reference to the position of the flower, axial and terminal. With reference to the color of the flower, violet and white. With reference to the color of the pod, green and yellow. Shape of the pod, inflated and constricted. Color of the seed, yellow, green. Shape of the seed, round, wrinkled. So generally here each character is having two alternative forms. Such two alternative forms of a character are called contrasting traits or contrasting characters. Generally here in each pair of contrasting trait, one is dominant and another one is recessive. Generally these contrasting traits are also said to be expression of a character. Expression of a character also represents trait. Expression of character. For example, say length of the stem is the character that is expressed in the form of tall or dwarf. That expression or expressible form of a character. Expression of the character or expressible form of the character is generally said to be contrasting trait or simply traits. Contrasting traits or traits. Contrasting traits or traits. So nothing but two alternative forms of a character. Expression of a character is generally said to be trait. With reference to the length of the stem, when we consider length of the stem as a character, tall and dwarf are the traits. Then consider generally these contrasting traits. Contrasting traits are controlled by alleles. Contrasting traits are controlled by alleles. Alleles control the expression of the contrasting traits. Gene control the expression of the character. However, with the most important one, important terminology used in genetics. The first one is gene, which means simply the unit of inheritance. Second one is allele. Alleles are also called allelomorphs. Alleles are allelomorphs are nothing but two alternative forms of a gene or two slightly variable forms of a gene that can control the expression of traits. Alleles of a gene are present at same gene locus or position on homologous chromosomes. I mean the position of two alleles on homologous chromosomes is same. For example, say with reference to this homologous pair of chromosomes, which two alleles are present at same place? These two are present at same place. These two are present at same place. Hence, these two are said to be two allelic pairs. This is one allelic pair and this one is another allelic pair. These alleles control the expression of contrasting traits or contrasting characters. Then consider another very important one, the most important one, phenotype and genotype. What is phenotype? Phenotype is nothing but external appearance. External appearance. External appearance of a trait or external appearance of organism. External appearance of a trait or external appearance of the organism or physical appearance of organism is called phenotype. Then consider with reference to another very important one, genotype. Genotype. What is genotype? Genotype means genetic makeup. Genetic makeup or genetic constitution. Genetic makeup or genetic constitution. Genetic makeup or genetic constitution of an individual. Genetic makeup of an individual, genetic constitution or genetic composition of an individual is called genotype. Then consider another very important term, gene locus. Gene locus. What is gene locus? Gene locus is nothing but position of a gene. Position of a gene on homologous chromosomes. Position of a gene on homologous chromosomes is called gene locus. Locus is nothing but the position. Position of a particular gene. Position of a particular gene on homologous chromosomes is simply said to be gene locus. Then coming to the another very important one, homozygous. Homozygous. What is homozygous? Homozygous, generally in a diploid individual, how many homologous chromosomes are present? Two homologous chromosomes. I mean, how many alleles are present? Two alleles, because each chromosome contains one allele. Two chromosomes. For example, say this is about one pair of homologous chromosomes. Here, how many chromosomes are present? Two. How many alleles of a gene are present? Two alleles of a gene. Each individual, each diploid individual contains two alleles of a gene. Out of which, if two alleles are of same type, such condition is said to be homozygous condition. If two alleles are of different types, such condition is said to be heterozygous condition. For example, say homozygous means simply, what is the definition for homozygous? Individual with two similar alleles, very important. An individual with two similar alleles is homozygous. For example, say with reference to the length of the stem. Here, which two alleles control the length of the stem? Capital T allele and a small t allele. Length of the stem controlled by a gene which is having two alternative forms. One is capital T allele and another one is small t allele. If a plant, for example, say, if one individual is having two capital T alleles, an individual is having two small t alleles. Here, two alleles, capital T, present on one chromosome. Another chromosome also contains capital T. For example, say this is the chromosome. This is another chromosome. Here, say this region is having capital T chromosome, capital T allele. This region is also having capital T allele. This is said to be homozygous. For example, say another individual is having, say this region is having small t allele. This region is also having small t allele. Here both the individuals are said to be homozygous because in first case the individual is having both capital T alleles. In second case, individual is having both small t alleles. So if an individual is having two similar alleles, such an organism is said to be homozygous. Generally, homozygous individual or homozygous organisms always produce one kind of gametes or similar gametes. Very important. Homozygous individual always produces only one kind of gametes. For example, say with reference to capital T individual, whenever meiosis takes place in this individual, it results in the formation of, say this is the parent, these are the gametes. Here all the gametes. However, during the formation of gametes, which event take place? Meiosis. Whenever meiosis take place, generally here these two alleles of a gene separate, then each gamete receives one allele. So here all the gametes are having capital T allele. For example, say another individual having capital T genotype, whenever meiosis occur here, it results in the formation of gametes with small t allele. Here all the gametes are having capital T allele. Here all the gametes are having small t allele. I mean, homozygous individual produces how many types of gametes? Only one kind. I mean, similar gametes. Then consider the next important one. The next important term, heterozygous individual. Homozygous means individual with two similar alleles. Then what about heterozygous individual with two dissimilar alleles? Is said to be heterozygous. Dissimilar alleles are nothing but, for example, say this is one homologous chromosome, this is another homologous chromosome. If this region, this is the gene locus for the length of the stem. Here, if first one is having capital T allele, second one is having small t allele. Here, this condition is said to be heterozygous condition. Two alleles of a gene are present in same individual. Two different alleles of a gene. One is capital T that controls the expression of tall character. Another one is small t that controls the expression of the dwarf character. However, here as two different alleles are present in same individual, generally here individual is said to be heterozygous. Whenever in this case, in heterozygous individual, how many types of gametes are formed? Homozygous individual produces only one kind of gamete, but heterozygous individuals form two or more kinds of gametes. Very important. How many types of gametes are produced by Here this terminology are very important. This is the basic for genetics. This is pure conceptual topic, conceptual chapter. This is very important. However, homozygous means an individual with two similar alleles. Heterozygous means an individual with two dissimilar alleles. For example, if genotype of an organism is capital T, that is homozygous. Small t, homozygous. Capital T, small t, heterozygous. Then, in case of this heterozygous individual, for example, say if capital T, small t is the genotype of organism, capital T, small t is the genotype of organism during meiosis. For example, if meiosis occur here, during meiosis, if meiosis takes place, here how many types of gametes are formed? Some of the gametes are with capital T allele and some of the gametes are with small t allele. I mean here how many types of gametes are formed? Two types of gametes. In this case, two types of gametes are formed. So very important, homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous one is the one of the individual with two similar alleles, capital T, small t. Then heterozygous individual is the one with two dissimilar alleles. I mean here one is capital T and another one is small t. Then however, homozygous organisms always produce one kind of gametes. Heterozygous individuals form two or more kinds of gametes. Here in this case, for example, if the genotype is capital T, small t, these two separate during meiosis, during segregation. What is segregation of chromosomes? Separation of the homologous chromosomes. Alleles segregate during segregation, that is separation of homologous chromosomes, separation of maternal and paternal chromosomes. This segregation occurs during which stage of meiosis? Anaphase 1 of meiosis 1. Segregation of chromosomes take place during segregation is called disjunction or segregation of chromosomes occur during anaphase 1 of meiosis 1. During segregation, for example, say these are homologous chromosomes. Here, due to segregation, one chromosome moves towards one pole and another chromosome moves towards another pole or opposite poles. Due to segregation of homologous chromosomes, these alleles also segregate. Capital T allele moves towards one pole, small t allele moves towards another pole. Thereby, here two types of cells, two types of daughter cells or two types of gametes are formed. Half of the gametes are with capital T allele and the remaining half are with small t allele. So generally, homozygous individuals produce one kind of gametes. This is very important. Heterozygous individuals produce two or more kinds of gametes. Two similar alleles or only one kind of allele is present in homozygous individual. Two similar alleles or only one kind of allele is present in homozygous individual. Two dissimilar alleles or two different types of alleles are present in heterozygous individuals. These are the certain important terms commonly used in genetics. However, here homozygous, heterozygous, gene, allele, contrasting traits are very important. What is the difference between allele and contrasting traits? Two alternative forms of a gene. Two alternative forms of a gene are called alleles. Two alternative forms of a character are called contrasting traits. Generally, these two contrasting traits are controlled by two alleles. For example, say if the length of the stem is a character, tall and dwarf are the contrasting traits. Tall and dwarf are controlled by capital T and small t. Capital T is allele, small t is allele. Capital T is dominant allele, small t is recessive allele. Dominant allele is written in the form of capital letter. Recessive allele is written in the form of a small letter. Okay? Are you getting? This is very important. Read carefully. Thank you.